What's going on, guys? Icebreaker here. Today I got another controversial video for you. Today we're going to be talking about Boom Beach scams. Now, we all know that there's nefarious people in all walks of life, and in the mobile gaming industry, in Boom Beach universe, and really any kind of gaming community, these things happen. So it's not really just Boom Beach these things go on in. You can watch out for these sort of things in other communities as well. But I'm going to cover the top 3 Boom Beach scams that are still prevalent today in 2022. So stay tuned, sit back, and yeah, let's just jump straight into it. Okay, so at number 3, we're going to be starting off with the one that probably trips up the most people most often, and that is account sales. Now, it is against the terms of service. I've got the terms of service up in front of me. You can go to this site. I'll leave a link to this in the description. About login information and your account, you may be required to select a password. You shall not share the account or login information, nor let anyone else access your account or do anything else that might jeopardize the security of your account. This includes account sales, account sharing, all of that kind of thing. So if you think it's a good idea that you're not going to play for a few days, so you're going to give your task force mate access to your account so that he can do your attacks and stuff for a few days while you take a break, don't do it. Potentially you could get your account banned, your mate could get his account banned, and yeah, it's just not worth it. So the big thing with this one is watching out for people in the community who are trying to sell accounts, or they ask if you want to sell your account. If you see these sort of people up in the community, you should report them immediately to the community leaders, sort of the admin team of that community, whether it be Facebook or Telegram, Discord, wherever it be. Report that person straight away, and obviously don't get involved in it. Certainly don't hand over any money, and definitely do not hand over any account details. 9 times out of 10, these people are out there to scam people. Even if you think you're buying your account from a trusted source, like something like a website like this one that offers accounts for sale, various prices, various levels, with a guarantee that the accounts are safe. You can even tick after sale protection and all this rubbish. Even if you think you've bought your account from a trusted source, the fact of the matter is the original owner of that account can just log into that account anytime they want to in the future, and there is absolutely nothing you can do about it to stop them. And Supercell won't help you because it's against the TOS to buy and sell accounts, so they won't help you, and they certainly won't give you any money back or anything like that. In fact, Supercell are more likely to help the original owner take over control of the account, because all the original owner's got to do is message into Supercell and say, I forgot my account details, I forgot my login information. They'll have to answer some security questions. They'll get to supply a new email, a new password, all of that kind of stuff, and they will get the account back. Supercell will give them the account back regardless of how long you've had it. You could have had it for 5 minutes. You could have had it for 5 years. Supercell will still remove your access from it and give it back to the original owner at any time they want. So even if you think you're getting it from a legit source like these websites, it's not. Your account's never safe, it's never yours, and it is never worth it. In at number 2 then, guys, is an oldie, but is definitely still a favorite from time to time of the online scammers, and that is unlimited diamonds, resource generators, diamond hacks, all of that kind of stuff. Those websites that promote these sort of things, that they make out that you can get 1 million diamonds. Quite often these websites have got screenshots or videos of accounts that have got 1 million diamonds. Well, we all know where those accounts come from. If you've been watching BoomTubers videos for long enough, you'll know that our dev build accounts come with 1 million diamonds. Those accounts aren't accessible by Joe Public. Those accounts are given to us by Supercell, specifically made for us and given to us by Supercell, so that we can record the sneak peeks and stuff. Those accounts aren't in the general pool of players. They're on a completely different server. They're on the developer server. So you can't get access to that. These people don't have access to that. It's impossible to give yourselves any diamonds or any extra resources, anything like that. To do so, they would have to hack the servers, find your account information, load the diamonds onto your account, and then do all of this, one, without alerting Supercell to what's happening, and 2, do you not think that people who have these skills to be able to do this Wouldn't they be more interested in sort of stealing account information like bank details, all of that kind of stuff, personal information that's actually worth something, rather than just giving some random people online free diamonds on their Boom Beach accounts? You know, it's not legit. It's never legit. It's never worth it. These people, quite often, they will make you log into your account through their website, and in doing so, you give them access to your account. So again, at any time, whenever they so choose, they could log into your account, change all the passwords and stuff, lock you out, and steal your account. That's like the best case scenario, because like I said before, you could get access to that account back. Worst case scenario is if Supercell detect that you are trying to use third-party software, hacks, bots, resource generators, anything like that, they can and will permaban your account immediately. Again, it is here, right here in the TOS. You agree that you will not, under any circumstances, use or take part in, directly or indirectly, the use of cheats, exploits, automation software, emulators, bots, hacks, mods, or any unauthorized third-party software designed to modify or interfere with the service, any Supercell game, or any Supercell game experience. So right there, if Supercell do detect that you're trying to do this sort of thing by using mods, resource generators, diamond hacks, anything like that, then your account will be permabanned very quickly, and you'll have to start from scratch. That's if they don't ban your IP and stuff, and you know, you can download another account. I'm not sure how that works, but yeah, just don't bother. It's not worth it. Again, if you see any of this going on in the community, people sharing links to websites often look like this. They try to make it look very legit, as if it was like an app store download. Obviously it's not. Or they can look like this, big, flashy, lots of promises of how it's undetectable and all this sort of rubbish. Again, like I said, it is fake. They are designed to steal your accounts and all that kind of stuff, so don't do it. If you do see these links being shared, first and foremost, don't click them. Even if the site is fake, you don't know what else is, you know, attached to that link, first and foremost. 2, report it to the admins or community leaders. And 3, report it to Supercell so that they can, 1, get the website shut down, which they do pretty quickly, to be fair. And the videos that you see on like YouTube and stuff of people hacking Boom Beach and adding a million diamonds and all this stuff, those videos get copyright striked and the channels are taken down pretty swiftly. So if you report them as soon as you can, Supercell can get on it and get them shut down, you know, as soon as possible. At number 1, the most common Boom Beach scam that's going around right now is by far the Chinese community. There are certain members of the Chinese community who are out there trying to make a quick buck by selling intel, selling accounts, diamond loading, so cheap diamonds. They offer to buy task forces. They offer to sell you task force members. So they offer to sell people, you know, accounts to join the task force for you and all this kind of stuff. Lots of very good promises, very tempting promises. Now these accounts are always only HQ6 because these accounts are created with the sole purpose of joining as many random task forces as they can. And what they do is they jump into your task force and they will share an attack, or they will do a friendly challenge and then spam that challenge or that replay description in the chat with all these Chinese symbols and links and stuff. I'm not going to translate it. It's been translated enough in the community already. If you want to take a closer look, here's a better look at it. So these guys are jumping into task forces. Generally, they are jumping into larger size task forces that have fewer members, offering to sell intel and stuff. Obviously, don't be fooled. We all know that this is obviously a scam. And again, in the TOS, that the transfer of virtual items is prohibited except expressly authorized by the service. So selling intel, selling task force members, any in-game currency or assets being transferred between player to player or sold like this is expressly against the TOS. So if you see this in your task force chat, unfortunately you won't be able to hide it, because like I said, they are using the friendly challenge or they're sharing a replay, which means you can't hide the chat messages, and you can't report the chat messages either. So this is how they're getting around that. What you need to do is take a screenshot and then go through the help section in game. Just report it through the bot that this has happened again. If you can grab a screenshot of the player's base and the player tag, that's a Brucey bonus. Give that to Supercell and they will ban the account immediately. But unfortunately, Supercell are between a rock and a hard place on this one. There isn't much they can do. To join the task force, all you need to be is HQ6, which you can create a HQ6 account in under an hour. Literally 10-15 minutes, you can create an HQ6 account, and then they're straight back at it again with a brand new account. And if it gets reported, it gets banned, they create a new one, and the cycle just goes round and round. Don't be fooled by it. Obviously, don't do it. It's against the TOS. You will be temporarily banned or permanent banned if you repeatedly do, you know, things against the TOS. It's just not worth it, guys. And, you know, these guys are out to make a quick buck at the expense of anybody and everyone. There are millions of players in the game around the world. These guys, even if they only hit 1% of the people of the task forces they join pay up, they're still making money. So don't buy into it. Don't fall for it. Just report it and just move on. You can spam your task force chat so it drops off the top of the chat to get rid of it. If you find yourself in a position where these guys are joining your task forces quite often, what they tend to do is they find a group of task forces that are active in some way. So they've got accounts in the task force that are generating intel, maybe a couple of ops a month. But because they're like a 50 man with 30 people or 50 man with 20 people in or whatever, they're struggling to do ops. They will repeatedly hound these task forces. They will jump into this task force every day to spam this nonsense across the chat, and they'll jump out again. The way you can stop this from happening in your task force is two things you can do. You can set the team to JBR, which is join by request, which means anybody who wants to join your task force has to request and then be accepted by the leaders, co-leaders, or officers. I know this isn't a very popular choice by a lot of people because they think it stops people wanting to join their task force, when actually the contrary is more true. People are more likely to join a task force that is on JBR because it shows that the task force won't just take anybody. That's a topic for another video. The other thing you can do is set the VP requirements to like 200 or 300 VP. It's low enough to let, you know, more or less any player through, but it's high enough to stop these guys getting in, because these guys aren't playing these accounts. They're not, you know, getting any VP built up or anything. They might have 20 or 30 VP at most. So if you set your VP requirement at 200 or 300, they're not going to be able to get in because they won't meet the task force requirements. And they're not going to go and grind out the VP to do it because these accounts get reported all the time and they get banned all the time. So it's not worth their time or effort to do so. So JBR or raise the VP requirements, or both, to stop these guys from targeting your task force. We've had them in the FunOps task forces hundreds of times. We just put a team on JBR for a couple of weeks or raise the VP requirement and they leave us alone for a while again. So those, chat, are the top three scams that are going around in Boom Beach. Have been going on for a long time. This one, the Intel scam, and that is probably the most prevalent right now. You're more likely to see that one just on your travels via the, you know, throughout the community or throughout task forces and stuff right now than what you are the other ones. The other one, the next biggest one, is probably the account sales. People looking to sell or buy accounts. They're just looking for people to scam out of their money or their account, or both. It's best to avoid all of these sort of things, peeps. Just report it and move on. Block the people, move on with your day. Report it to the community leaders and the admin. Report it to Supercell and just forget about it. It ain't worth it. And 9 times out of 10, somebody will lose their account or somebody will get banned. And, you know, nothing ever good comes of it, guys. So just give it a wide berth. But for this one, guys, that's it in this video. I will see you in the next one. Make sure you smash that like and subscribe. Help us get to 5K. Don't forget to use code BBTFRG in the creator boost box. All of that good stuff. I will see you in the next video, guys. Peace.